Hi, my name is Dennis Maynard and I'm a realtor here in Los Angeles, California. I work with lots of buyers and sellers, and I wanted to quickly share some of the benefits that I've come to learn and know about with buying REO properties or bank-owned properties. There's several criteria that most people are not aware of when it comes to buying a bank-owned property, and they can find themselves in trouble if they're not prepared for these circumstances. So I just want to quickly review what some of those things are so that you'll be prepared if you're ever out there looking at a bank-owned property. Now, these circumstances come up usually when you're seeking financing. That means financing by Freddie, Fannie, or FHA, or any other typical lender financing. There are certain requirements for the house that have to be in place for them to fund a loan if you're in escrow on a property. So we're going to go over those really quickly. First, the lender's criteria has to do with the house. It has to be in good working condition. What does that mean? It means that there has to be working plumbing and a working bathroom and a working kitchen. There actually has to be functioning appliances in the kitchen, and there can't be any safety hazards. These are very common, and you have to be aware of them, especially with REOs. And we'll show you some pictures here in just 2 seconds. Now, sometimes you're going to come across an REO that has a lot of creative work that needs to be done, thank you to the tenants or the owners who just left the property. Some examples of this might be a toilet's missing, or somebody decided to tear up a living room and put in some appliances that weren't supposed to be there. As you can see in this picture, the bank decided to remove these appliances, but did not decide to fully fix the problem. Safety hazards. Mold is a safety hazard, unfortunately, and it can cause sickness and disease. So many of the times these have to be remediated as well. This can also include missing electrical outlets, fixtures, and then finally for a kitchen, there has to be appliances in place. These are all necessary in order to close escrow. So by paying attention to these simple things, you can fix them while you're in escrow, but there's a couple things that you need to be aware of. One, the bank is not going to pay for anything under these current circumstances in lending environments. That means that you're going to have to come out of pocket on it and make arrangements during escrow to do this. Now, this can be very tricky because if you don't close escrow, you don't get this money back. It's a very, very tricky situation. Most realtors will not do it and will not advise you to do it, so you need to be aware. Two, when you're looking at buying a property and you see one of these, sometimes what happens to buyers is they get caught in the middle. They write an offer, it's accepted, they're excited, the house needs some work, and they think they're going to do it after escrow, and then all of a sudden, no. They suddenly find out that they either have to cancel escrow and lose the money that they'd spent on inspections and getting the escrow going, or fix the property. There is another option which most people are not really prepared to do and deal with, and that's called hard money lending. These are short-term loans that are done by hard money suppliers, typically at a higher interest rate, in which many flippers utilize this, and they'll go in and they'll buy it with a hard money lender, which is pretty close to cash, and then close on the property and then do the repairs and then refinance the property after they're done. That's another option as well. But when you get done, you'll notice that this is how it should look. It should look like this. Now, this is kind of what the bank needs to see, and they'll need to see this before an appraisal, and with this information, you should be able to successfully close escrow. I hope this was helpful to you and give you some warning signs and also some advice as to what to do and what not to do when looking at bank-owned properties. Have a great day.